Now we have an idea what are imaginary numbers, what are complex numbers, what's the standard form of a complex number. We have to learn how to do operations with complex numbers. The first couple slides are adding and subtracting. Okay? When you add or subtract complex numbers, you add or subtract the real part, the real term, and you add or subtract the imaginary term. You keep them separate, right? Add real terms. Come on. Add imaginary terms. So in this problem, the real terms are 5 plus negative 2. What would you say? 5 plus negative 2. 3. Okay, the imaginary terms are 7i plus 6i. How many i's is that? 13. You could think of the I in this case kind of like it's the variable, but it's not a variable. I mean, it's a quantity, like pi or whatever. So that's plus 13i. Did the parentheses do anything here? Serve any purpose at all? No. You don't really have to write them in. It does group. What's that? Well, I think they're trying to group it to show this is one complex number and this is another complex number. In the end, if the parentheses weren't there, it wouldn't change the math at all. Okay. On the next slide, which we do subtraction, now the parentheses make a difference, right? Because it's got a subtract in the middle, it is definitely going to change the sign of these terms. If I took away the parentheses, I would have to write it like this. 8 plus 3i minus 2 minus 4i. The parentheses are making a difference here. Now, whether you want to remove parentheses or just deal with it like this, right? 8 minus 2 is 6. 3i minus 4i is negative I. You're still going to add, you're going to subtract the real parts and subtract the imaginary parts. Just be careful with minuses that are in front, right? Because that's going to change the sign of both of the second terms.